So what influences adoption? And this is something that people have actually studied for a very long time. And Rogers, in his theory of the diffusion of innovation, says there are a few things that make a technology likely to be adopted. One is relative advantage. So is this technology better than what you have used before? Two, compatibility. Does the technology fit with the technologies you're already using and with the tasks that you have to accomplish? Three, complexity. How much do you have to invest in learning how to use that technology? Four, triability. Can you actually check it out first a little bit? Think about test driving a car. You don't want to buy a car necessarily without having sat in it, driven it. And last, observability. Can you actually see other people using the technology and learn from that? Now let's have a look at some examples. Dropbox is an online data storage system, cloud computing service that allows you to store files. And its adoption was actually quite fast. I think it provides a clear relative advantage to what we had before, and that was little memory sticks that you had to carry around that got lost all the time that other people could take away from you. Compatibility. Do you need to install anything? Are you able to use it on your phone, any kind of laptop? Yes. Complexity. How much do you actually have to know in order to use Dropbox? Well, Dropbox actually took some very common metaphors of filing systems and is very easy to use. Triability. If you think about Dropbox, it actually allows you to sign up for free, and only if you want more data storage or more sophisticated services, then you have to pay. And observability, people actually can share files with you through Dropbox, so you see what other people are doing and you learn about other people using Dropbox. So this has also been used by marketers. For example, Apple, when they promoted the iPhone, they made sure that people were able to see that other people had already adopted the iPhone. And that happened, for example, when someone sent an email via the iPhone, it was clearly visible always that it was sent via an iPhone. What other factors are there in terms of influencing the rate of adoption? Well, think about the type of decision that people have to make. If that decision is actually not up to you, if it's not voluntary, then you are probably more likely to adopt very quickly. Australia, for example, just recently introduced digital TV and eradicated all monologue TV. So people had to adopt digital TV appliances because the government said we are no longer offering the old technology. Communication channels. Think about the internet. Think about social media. It's much easier these days for people to find out information, find out what other people are doing. The nature of the social system, the more connected you are with other people, the more exposed you are to other kinds of technology that have already been adopted by others. And last but not least, change agents. So these are people who are actively promoting technology and are helping people to see the advantages of the technology. So the more change agents you have in a system, the more convincing they are, and the more connected they are, the more rapidly the technology will be adopted. So technology acceptance has been studied quite a bit. You might have heard of the technology acceptance model, the TAM model. And this model has been expanded over the years, and the latest version actually was published in 2003 and is called the Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology. And if you look at this model, it looks very complex, but it basically assumes that there are certain factors that influence whether people will have an intention to adopt the technology. One, is the technology useful to them? And that's what they call performance expectancy. Two, how much effort will they have to put in adopting the technology? That's the effort expectancy. And then social influence. Will other people actually appreciate you adopting the technology? Will they see this as something that you should be doing? And last but not least, facilitating conditions that they say don't necessarily influence the intention, but will influence whether you act on your intention, whether you are actually able to adopt the technology. So you might want to buy an Apple Watch, but you might not have money or general access to that technology. And then there's, of course, a myriad of personal factors that people have identified, like gender and age, experience, that can influence your adoption decision.